Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nomfundo Mbata. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. If you are watching for the first time, thank you for stopping by. I do hope that you stay. Today I'm answering two questions that I do get kind of often. The first one is, I do not have any tertiary education. Can I teach ESL? Then the second one is, I have a diploma. Can I teach ESL? If you've got these two questions, or if you know anyone who has them, please stick around. A video, one of my very first videos on the requirements to teach ESL in China. And this video is for everyone who wants to teach ESL really, be it you want to teach in China, be it you want to teach in Asia or anywhere really from home, this is for you. If you want to teach ESL, especially in China, accent counts. This is horrible. I don't agree with it, but it's a fact. Sometimes some parents will even specify that they want their kids to have a British teacher or they want their kid to have an American teacher. So the first thing that you need is what the world deems good accent. It can't be too heavy. It just has to be decent. Yeah, I don't agree with it, but it's just how things are. So your accent is okay, you can teach ESL. The second thing that is the most important is that English needs to be your native language. In Africa, only South Africans are considered native English speakers. Any other country in Africa is not considered a native English speaker where ESL is concerned, right? So South Africans can get ESL jobs pretty easily. The others from Africa cannot, from African countries cannot. I don't agree with this as well, but it's just how things are right now, especially in China. You will get cases where people who are not South African, who are from other African countries, are teaching ESL in China. That happens usually in cases where a person was a student here in this country and then they decided to stay and work here. Fortunately, they got a job and sometimes they work using their student visa, but then the training center will just hire them and then do any paperwork for them. So there are cases of people who are working here and teaching ESL but aren't native English speakers. It happens, but it's not desired by employers, if that makes sense. So yes, you've heard of stories like that. Yes, you know people like that, but it's very rare. So you check the two boxes that I've mentioned above. You're a native English speaker, your accent is pretty decent, but you don't have a degree. You can't teach ESL, unfortunately. To teach ESL, you need to have a degree, and in some cases, you need to have a TEFL certificate. It's just how things are. So if you've got good English, you went to great schools, you did maybe some certificates at college, but it's not really a degree, then you can't teach ESL. You can only teach ESL if you have a degree in any field. It doesn't matter what field. Education is even more of a bonus. But then if you just have a degree, you can teach ESL. If you don't have a degree, you can't teach ESL. Then you ask yourself, well, I can speak good English. I'm from a native speaking English country. Why can't I teach English? Because that's all that you need. You might be right. The problem is with the visa process. So when you're applying for your visa, then you need to authenticate your documents. And one of the documents that you need to authenticate is your degree. If you don't have a degree to authenticate, it means that you can't apply for a degree to work as a teacher here, if that makes sense. So that becomes the hurdle in terms of getting a job this side. And many other countries, really. Your degree is your ticket to getting your visa. If you don't have one, then you can't move to that country. Okay, and then there's cases of people who have diplomas and then went ahead and did their BTech, and then which basically is equivalent to a degree, which means you technically can get a job with your diploma that has a BTech to it. But sometimes they can be very rigid and just want a degree in its wholeness. So while that doesn't make sense, but it can happen. I know that in some cases they just think if you have a diploma, you just can't. But then I don't know if you can, I don't know for sure, but I know that they're rigid when it comes to just a degree, just one degree in one piece. But probably you can teach English or ESL here in Asia, or just ESL everywhere, if you've got a diploma and BTech, but it probably is not going to be a very straight and narrow road. You'd have to explain yourself more than once and stuff, but I think it's possible because that means you have a degree if you've got BTech. If you've got a diploma with BTech, you can teach, but if you've got a diploma that doesn't have a BTech, then you can't teach with a diploma. You need a degree. Diploma? No, unfortunately. And then there's people who are in the process of getting their degrees and are very eager to teach ESL already because they think, why wait? You still have to wait because of these regulations and these requirements. So you can't teach ESL as well if you're just finishing up your degree. I know there's cases where people do that, but then it's just special cases. In most cases, you can't. People or employers are really looking for people with degrees because that's easier to process than a person who is still in the process of studying. So now, another question would be, I have my degree, but I still owe the university. Can I apply using my transcript? I think most likely you can. It shouldn't be a problem, but maybe the problem would be with authenticating. But I feel like your transcript is proof enough to say that this person did complete this degree and here's proof. So if you still owe the university and you want to teach ESL, I think that's possible. We just have to check if that's really the case. But I feel like that's if your transcript is there already, because we are able to apply for jobs with our transcripts, right? In South Africa, I know that I applied for a job, teaching job using my transcript. I think that's possible. I'm not sure if it would be a hurdle where the visa process is concerned, but if you're just teaching online, for sure, go for it. I think even if you want to move to a different country, for sure you can use your transcript. So that's all for today, you guys. If you still have more questions about this or concerning this, please don't hesitate to ask me in the comment section. Please don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and thank you so much for your continuous support. I really appreciate it. See you next time. Bye, you guys.